Good morning, people. This is Chico again. It was a while ago that I just made a video, but it's like I was kind of very busy with going. I went actually to India, of course, 2 times for 1 month, and then I have to pick up my business again, so I'm sorry for that. I just want to share a little bit my experiences which I had in India, because as you all know, I'm connected with Paramahamsa Nityananda. That's an enlightened guru from India, and I noticed, like always, and that's, I don't know if I want to speak about it a lot, because you know, when you're doing all these kind of things, you always get this group of people who are always afraid. They say, Chico, watch out, this is a sect, and watch out, you're not going to lose yourself, and no, all these kind of stories. So for me, it's always kind of funny to see all these people. I don't know if they're really concerned about me, or are they speaking more out of a space that they just don't know what I'm doing, and that's for them scary and unknown zone, and then they start, you know, projecting that on me. And I always can say to people, listen, you can think whatever you want, of course, and you can have your own meaning, your own thoughts, and that's all okay. And because we're all doing things, you know, sometimes I also don't like things what my mother does, or maybe I don't like things what my neighbor does. But on the end of the story, we always have to come to a point that we think everybody does his own things in his own ways, with his own beauty, and that's okay. As long as it creates happiness, as long as it creates beauty, as long as it creates a good vibe in you, around you, and to the people around you, then I think that's okay. I wanted just to share a little bit, like, as you all maybe a little bit know, since I was a little child, actually I always had this desire to be free. I don't know where it's coming from, but I always like, I want to be free, I want to be free. And of course I was looking for in this freedom in drugs, then in alcohol, then I thought like not working, then going on holiday as much as I could, and escaping, you know, to always like do different countries. And I always had this freedom where I thought like, wow, I'm such a happy person. And I was always, because I think where I've been to, but I've always had this feeling that yes, I'm a free person. I felt never a victim of society, or victim of any system, or victim of anything, because I always was looking for that freedom. And of course I, you know, finished it of my few relationships, and I hurt it maybe, but I always had this feeling I want to be free. Yes, I had a nice house, but I just sold it or get rid of it because I want to be free. And of course I had many structures and many things in my life, and I broke with them because I wanted to be free. Maybe for all the people around me, maybe not the easiest situations and the easiest moments, because my freedom was always stronger than what relationship, what house, what possession. So I left all the time. Anyway, the guru, which I'm connected with so much now, with Paramahamsa Nityananda, he's very into like, how can we find a way that we can complete with our past, with people, situations, with our body, with our everything. And that's such a nice activity, because then you can just get really freedom in yourself. Because we can go on a holiday, but if you're still frustrated about things which happened when you were 6 years old with your father, you don't enjoy really your holiday, I think. What I want to say now is where I was getting aware while I was living in India, that we are always entertaining our attachments to something. You know, the moment when you wake up until the night you go into sleep, you're always following your addictions. And even the small things, you think, I want to eat this food, I want to sleep like this, I want to dress like that, I want to wear this ring, I want to follow this, I want to listen to that kind of music. So even for all the people who want to be free, just realize yourself how many addictions, how many attachments you have from morning until night. So that's your comfort zone. You know, you always think, when I have that kind of food, I can have that kind of shampoo, when I can have that temperature of water, when I can listen to that kind of music, then I'm free. Then I feel relaxed. But in a way, you're not aware that you're actually just creating more attachments, more addictions, so they're keeping you actually away from the freedom. So in India, it was very nice to see that when you are in a zone with people which are not yours, you are eating the food which is not yours, you're laying in a bed which is not yours, you have to dress, eat, act, go, walk, do things which are not yours. And of course, things are just coming up. And what surprised me, of course, with lots of people, when you pull them out of their comfort zone, including myself, yes, everything comes up. Aggression, there's irritation coming up, you get more selfish, and all these emotions where I've been through in all these months, that was so amazing to see and to experience in myself how addicted I am to my own built-up world. So I always thought like, okay, when I eat organic, I'm happy. When I eat this and when I do that, when I listen to that kind of music, then I felt relaxed, I felt happy, I was in a good mood, I was a friendly person. But the moments when things are taken away from you and you don't have that music and food and drinks and way of acting and whatever, yes, what then? And that's what realized me so much. And that's what I want to share with you. If you ever look for a total freedom, what is that? What does that mean to you? Totally being free. Does that mean you need to do certain meditations, or do you need, or you want to take some alcohol? Whatever. Everybody has his own way of projecting that way of freedom. But what I want to share with you is that we just have to go deeper inside ourselves once in a while and thinking, is the things which I'm following, are they making me really free? Or do they put me in more in a space of addiction and being attached and not being free at all anymore? And that's the only thing what I want you to think about in yourself. Maybe not, maybe you think, oh God, I don't want to think about it. I'm totally happy with the way I live. That's okay. But if you want to search for inside more freedom, how do you reach that? And I believe now that's always this detachment. Being totally detached of anything. Detached of certain food, detached of certain ways of acting, sleeping, cleaning yourself, walking, talking, believing. And that's what I wanted to share with you. That experience, what I felt now in these 2 months, wow. Who am I if I don't have all these attachments? Who am I if I don't have all these addictions around me? And that's a big question. Because then you just really can see if you could drop all these things, then who you are. You still something. Maybe just not the person anymore which you thought you were, but still you are a human being. And that's the question to all of you. When are you going to sitting down just one day and think, who am I if I take away all my attachments to anything or all my addictions to anything? Who are you? That is the question. For me, I learned like, okay, I'm still breathing, still I'm connected with some cosmic powers, I'm still connected with some cosmic things, but still me, Chico Pfeifer, as I always were connected with, I was confused, 100% sure, I was very irritated, lots of hate, lots of irritation, lots of fears came up in that space when I was not connected with my own space of comfort zone, of my own space of addictions and attachments. So my goal now for myself is to get more detached everything, to get more disconnected with anything, and just keep myself connected with something that we cannot see maybe. If you call it God, call it universe, call it cosmos, whatever you want to call it, all is okay. Be always aware, if you keep that space open in yourself, that's your divine, that's your cosmic, that's your higher self, and if you keep that open, that's always there. And the rest, as Paramahamsa Nityananda says, you will never be your psychological, neurological, and physiological ups and downs. That means you can feel all day like some tiredness or some happiness, or you feel great, or you feel low, or you feel happy, or you feel tired, or you feel energetic. That's all going up all day long. That goes up and up and up. If you identify yourself with these things, yes, then you always stay a victim of your attachments, of your physical or neurological or psychological ups and downs. If we can get rid a little bit of these things and we open that space in ourselves, which will always be there, that's the divine space or cosmic space or higher self space, nature space, that's where you have to take a look in once in a while, maybe a few times a day. Get into these meditations. Google maybe Life Bliss meditation of Nityananda, that's a great meditation. But stay in that space of thinking, who am I if I push away all these neurological and physiological and psychological ups and downs? That's the message for today. Ask yourself, how am I present myself in a comfort zone or not? How are you able to get rid of it and be really free? Or how do you are addicted to these things and keep yourself in a certain self-built prison? That is the message I want to share with you. Thank you very much. I hope you're totally okay, and let's spread the news, let's spread the things. Let people look to YouTube, where Paramahamsa Nityananda has loads of beautiful videos about everything. If it's about sex or depressions or being happy or meditation, what kind of subject you want, it's there. And maybe take a look. Maybe it's something for you, maybe not, but take that out for yourself. Thank you for sharing and looking, and be happy and just keep going with sharing the happiness and freedom to all the people around you. Thank you.